I took all the bars and stuff off of the pallet on the base here and the tombstone, and I'm going to tap 4 holes, 5/8 11, to hold those blocks that I've been making on, and I'm just going to set the X in 0, and the Y I'm going to touch off down on the bottom here is 0, and the base of the tombstone is the D0 here. So let's change to the spindle probe. I'm going to change to it. Still going for it from the magazine. Put it in the arm. Maybe you can see it up there. Right up there. Putting it in the arm. Now it's going to change into the spindle. Here's the code for the touching the Y and the Z. I'm just setting the X on the 0 of the machine because that's centered on the tombstone. So here we go. I'm just gonna do this manually. I do most all my touching off of the probe manually with the Renishaw Easy Set cycles like I showed you the code for. Just because it's I do so few parts and stuff, and this is just for a fixture and it's easier to do. So we're going to touch the Y. This is almost at the extreme travel of the machine. It doesn't come down all the way to the pallet, I don't believe. Let's see here. I'll just jog it down there. See how far it goes down. That's the extreme travel range of the machine right there in the Y-axis. Now we're just going to touch the Z somewhere here. Okay. Now what I have to do, I left stock on these faces right here so that I could bring them flush with this face. I have to take these hard jaws off and put my other jaw. I've made a jaw that goes on this. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Here's the jaw that I made to go on the top here. So it's going to go up here. The vise is going to be open more than this. And I got to take these jaws off. And the part's going to clamp between here and here and set on top of here and these two surfaces. But I have to bring these down flush, are the same height as these. I left stock here on these two faces just for that purpose. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a little skim cut on these now you can see the reason for cutting this big relief in the corners here, so I could face this off without a problem. And also if the part has any, the stock, I should say, has any burrs on it, it won't interfere with its laying flush. So Let me set a spindle speed of say 600 RPM. Start the spindle. Now I'm going to jog it down carefully till I touch. What I'm going to do on my display here is zero this out. I'm just going to manually face this. Got a little bit of a gnarly finish there without the coolant. These two pieces of material were 316 stainless. There were scraps, just drops off the end of a bar, and that's why I was using them. I just kind of squared them up and milled the notch in it, as you saw in the video. Going to sort of face back over these things and clean them up a little better. I'm just manually jogging this with the hand wheel at the moment. Now, once I get this faced, I got to go get my, I don't want to change the zero of my face mill there, now that I've zeroed my display. So what I need to do is get a dial indicator base over here. And I'm gonna have to deburr around the edges, but right now. We can do this again. Okay. See if I can bring that up to zero again here. Okay, pretty good. All right, about a 10th. I'm gonna call that good. I was reading about a 10th. This could probably change. Try that again. Okay. I'm not going to worry about a 10th of a thousand. That's good. All right. I'm going to take these jaws off of here and put this upper jaw on here, deburr around those, and then we'll put the piece of stock in there and see what it looks like. Here's the stock clamped in the vise. So if you look at this, I've got this jaw that I made at the top here. This radius in it is cut to clear some of the features of the parts that are going in there. And then it's sitting on these two blocks, or bottom block things that I just made. And here it's kind of contacting the vise there and the moving jaw of the vise here. You can see the back here. So in essence, what I have to do is, the part's 5 inches thick and the stock is 6 inches. So I've got to, usually what I do is face off a ½ an inch off the front and flip it around and face the remaining ½ an inch, leaving about 50,000 stock on the thickness. Then I'm going to rough in this big radius in the part. Now I've been working on these parts and been making these parts for like 20 years and I've never had this trouble before, but now for some reason with the materials being different, the parts warping, and so I've got to rough in this radius first. Before I never had to do that, and the parts stayed flat enough, but now I've got to do it. And so I'm gonna rough in the radius and then finish the width this way, and then I'm gonna lay it back down on its side on those bars that you saw in a previous picture in the video that I had clamped on the bottom of the pallet, and clamp it sideways, finish the ends and the back face, and there's a couple holes, counter bores, and then flip it around and finish the radiuses that go this direction, but it'll be in the horizontal direction, which I normally have been doing it that way forever. I've made these parts for like 20 years and never had this trouble, but all of a sudden the stock, this particular stock, has a lot more stress in it, and I have to take these different approach to the part. So that's it for this video. Unfortunately, I have to stop and go back to this job I do on this machine, and I'm going out of town for the weekend, so this is about it. I can only do this much. I wanted to include roughing this radius in this video, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have time today to do it. So thanks for watching.